Hey everybody, it's time for another Make Peace with Life podcast. I'm your host, Rob Alex, and I am here today, and I'm your guide, if you will, on this movement of finding peace with life, um, using my metaphysical background and trainings, as well as just the fact that I have fun with life, that I enjoy life, that I want you to enjoy life. And that's what this process is all about, getting you into that momentum of finding your happiness, finding connection, finding peace with life. So thusly, that's why Make Peace with Life was my brand that I started. And I'm super excited to be on this journey along with you. I might be the guide on the podcast here, but I'm basically on this path too. I'm learning and growing every day. Don't know everything. This podcast is not here to tell you exactly what to do. It's to give you a lot of reference points so you can build your own practice. And that's what the first topic of today's show is going to be. It's going to be about building your spiritual, metaphysical practice, if you will, and how to go about that. There are unlimited amazing things out there in this world that you can bring into your own practice, whatever you want to call it, spiritual, metaphysical, religious, what have you. There are unlimited, wonderful, wonderful things out there that you can bring in. But what I want to first start off by saying is this is not a one-size-fits-all process. So you're not going to be able to go and follow somebody else's path and go, oh, this one's working for them, so this is going to work for me. We get a little jaded with that with religion because they want us to follow a strict set of guidelines and rules. But I think even in a religious setting, if you break it down into pieces, you can make it work for you in that sense and not make it so rigid to where you have to do exactly the same thing as your neighbor or the person sitting beside you is doing, because we're all different. We all resonate differently. And your path does not look like anybody else's. Look at the way we go about life in general. Everybody, we have different jobs. We have different likes. We have different dislikes. Some people have kids, some people don't have kids. So the path is never the same for everyone. And even if you have the same amount of kids with somebody, you have the same job as somebody, you have the same car as somebody, that still doesn't mean that what they do is going to resonate with you and what you do is going to resonate with them. So part of building a spiritual practice or any kind of practice is finding what resonates with you. There are many things, again, like I said, there's many spiritual practices out there today, many metaphysical connections that you can find, but you have to take what resonates with you. I've spoken earlier on shows about meditation and how amazing meditations is a lot for people. But when I meditate, I cannot sit still for very long because it's just one of those things that's not for me in that sense. I have a hard time focusing and staying still for that long a period of time. So I have to adjust mine. I have to take what matters. I meditate in different ways, and you can watch some of the older podcasts, and it shows you how I do that, or talk to you about how I do that. So you got to break out of the thought process of, I'm going to do it exactly like so-and-so, or I'm going to watch a video from this guru, and they're going to show me exactly what I need to do, and it's done. And I just have to do that, and that'll make me have a wonderful spiritual practice. If you do that, you're going to probably feel a little lack in your spiritual practice because it's just not going to be right. Now, it might be close. It might be, you might be able to take a lot of things out of that, but it's not going to be uniquely yours. You're going to be trying to do what somebody else is doing to do that. And again, that is not why I'm here. I'm not here to tell you to do this, do A, B, C, D, and you're going to end up at the place that you want to be, because I'm not you, and I don't know you, and I don't resonate, and I can't be in your body and be in your mind and know how you think and know what has shaped you through this life. That's the whole point of why we have to take what resonates and start building our own metaphysical practice. So one of the things you can look at it as like a toolbox. So I have a toolbox. I should have brought it out, but it's got the tools in it. It's got the hammer. It's got the screwdriver. It's got a drill. It's got screws, nails, stud finder, all kinds of stuff in it. But I don't need them all the time. If I'm going to hang up a picture frame, I'm going to need that stud finder. If I'm going to, wash the windows, I don't need a hammer. I don't need the screwdriver. I need a good cloth. I need some cleaning liquid, those type of things. But we need to approach our spiritual practice in the same way. We need to take what we need at that time and use the best tools that are out there. And sometimes those tools are things like meditation. Sometimes that's it. But if you're, say you're in a group of people and your meditation practice is to sit quietly for 20 minutes and there's no place to go and sit, that metaphysical practice or that spiritual practice is not going to work at that time. So you have to find another way to connect with those people, with the situation around you, and how you're going to best fit your spiritual practice into that box that is your unique box that you're going to build your metaphysical toolbox out of. And we need to just get away from the labeling. I hate the labels that, again, as we're pulling little bits and pieces from everything, I hate that. Some people say, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Christian, and those are fine. There's nothing wrong with the words themselves, but I think it pigeonholes you into a specific, not only yourself, but it also pigeonholes you as the way people look at you and think, they say they're a Christian, so they do this, they go and they pray, and which might not be the case in your situation. So I try to stay away from labels and say, I'm this, I'm that, because I'm Rob. I'm my own metaphysical being. I'm my own supercharged battery cell, if you will. I am not here to follow anybody else's path. But that doesn't mean I can't learn from them, I can't grow from them, and I can't take bits and pieces from them and start carving out my own path. And this is part of the evolution process, because your spiritual path, your metaphysical path, your path in life is always going to be evolving. So to say what was working 5 years ago is going to work today might not be the case. For a while, and I'll give you a perfect example. For a while, I was doing yoga. I found this gentleman that I like to watch, Chaz, that used to do Yoga Amazing. And his practice was more in line with what I liked. And for about, a couple years, I did that. I was very devoted. I was doing it regularly. And then it kind of just fell off. It wasn't doing what I needed for me at the time that I was in. And so I moved on to a different spiritual practice. So don't be afraid to let your spiritual practice evolve. Don't be sitting there thinking, oh, I'm going to do this today, I've got to do this the rest of my life. That's not the case. You can evolve, you can change, you can like different things. The big thing is that it fulfills you. It gives you that peace with life. It gives you happiness, and it makes things around you better and people around you. For some people, simple walks in nature are a great spiritual practice. Walks, and it doesn't have to be in nature. It can be in the city. Some people love to walk in the city. Some people like to walk in nature. Some people like to go and sit and watch a sunset or sunrise. And those are all very spiritual, metaphysical practices based on how you observe them and how you go about them. So just a simple thing as a walk can reset your values. Monica, the love of my life, she goes on a walk every day. She goes out and does her walk almost religiously every day, and that resets her so much. It's a powerful thing in her life, but it's not for everybody the way she does it. Other people have to do it differently. Some people, again, like I said, some people go in the woods. Some people go down the city. Some people will just go and sit in nature. Some people will, sit and watch traffic, if you will. It's just all kinds of things that can become a spiritual practice in that sense. Coffee. Coffee is a spiritual practice for a lot of people. A lot of people have to have their coffee religiously in the morning, certain time, certain flavors, certain exact ratio of the stuff they put in it. It gets them going. It starts their morning. That is a spiritual, a religious, a metaphysical practice, if you will. The house of coffee, I will call it, as so many people are enjoying that. Some people make it at home, make it themselves. Some people stop at Starbucks. These are all the same thing, but they're vastly different because the process is different and they're finding out what works for them. The person that works from home, they can sit at their kitchen table and drink a cup of coffee, no problem. But the guy that's got to be at work at 6:30, he might not get up 2 hours early so he can sit and have coffee before he goes to work and enjoy it. So he might have to pick it up on the way to work. All these things are so different. But the one thing we've got to learn to do is to respect everybody's practice. Respect what others are doing and not be condescending, not saying, oh, that can't work. That's not for me, so that shouldn't be for anybody. We have to respect the way that others find their practice and make their peace with life in this world, because it's theirs. It's uniquely theirs. They're an individual. You're an individual. Just as you wouldn't like somebody telling you what to do or how to approach all your spiritual practices, you shouldn't be telling anybody else how to do that as well. Give them suggestions. Tell them what works for you, but then allow them to do that on their own. There are many paths. So if you think of a mountain, there are lots of ways to get to the top of the mountain. And we often assume the mountain is the enlightenment part, but there's lots of ways to get up there. They're not all the same. They go through different terrain. They go through different paths. One might be a road that you just drive up, and another one might be one you hike up. Another one might be one that's for biking. There's lots of ways to get to where you want to be, and to say that everybody has to go up the same path is not the case, and it will never be, or should never be the case. So if somebody's going up a different path, just say, hey, I'll meet you at the top. And then we'll both, enjoy our trip up the mountain, and we'll have that. But each path is unique, and each way that people make peace with life is unique. So let's not be judgmental. Let's be powerful, and let's make it happen for them, and be happy that they found what they need and that we found what we need, and that we're building our toolbox, and we're going to let it evolve as we proceed with our spiritual practices. Our next topic is a topic that I've long been associated with. It is magic, M-A-G-I-C, versus magic, M-I-G-I-C-K. Now, you might be thinking, oh, Rob, you spelled it wrong. I've heard that so many times. Rob, you spelled it wrong. Magic with the K on the end of it is designed to distinguish energy work, magical things that happen in this world from illusion and parlor tricks and entertainment. So when you think of, a lot of people think of magic, we think of the magician. He comes out and he makes the woman disappear, or he saws somebody in half, which are all tricks in a way. They're illusions. They make you see things a certain way. Kind of a fooling of your senses in that sense. Magic with a K, in my view, is not an illusion. It It is magic. It is energy work. And I hate the fact that Aleister Crowley is the one that was credited with putting the K on the word magic to distinguish it. And he used his magical system to gain control over people and to use it for the occult, for some not very nice things. So I hate that that's the way we get to the K, but I also love it because I have my own version of the magic with the K. Again, like I said, people have often told me that I spell it wrong, I'm doing this wrong, but it's not. So magic with a K for me, and let me just start breaking it down to you so you'll understand where I'm coming from. We do magic every day. And you're like, I don't do magic. I don't pull quarters out of people's ears. I don't do that. You do magic every day. You do something in magic every day. What I consider magic is when you do a good deed for yourself, when you do a good deed for somebody else, when you make somebody feel good, when you help somebody. Those are all magical things. So you go to a store and you open the door for somebody. That, in my opinion, is magic, because you have had an interaction with that person and you've made them feel good. You have made their life a little easier in that way. They didn't have to open the door. Those are the type of things that are magical to me. And I'll show you. Many years ago, actually now, I wrote a book on the subject, magic. It's called From Chaos to Clarity, and this is available on Amazon if you want to pick up a copy. And it talks in detail about this, of how magic is acts that you do that benefit people. That's creating magic. And to me, there's two types of magic in this sense. There's the chaos magic, and there's the directed magic. So you might think, well, what's chaos magic? What's that? So the difference between chaos magic and directed magic, in my opinion, is chaos magic is you do something good, you just let it go. You just did something good, it's great, it goes wherever it wants to. That person takes it with them that you did something good for, or that energy that you put into doing something good or good deed or whatever. It just kind of floats around. It goes wherever it wants. It's not directed. It's floating around and it's doing good things. It's not doing anything wrong. It's not wasted magic in that sense, but it has no direction. But as you start to direct your magic, so you start doing things to help people with intention, then you have the directed magic, and that's where you're specifically targeting people to help. So like say you go help at a soup kitchen, that magic that you're doing is directed to help those people specifically. That is to bring them joy, that is to bring them energy, and to help them maybe create a better life for themselves. That is the difference between chaos magic, where you just do something, you know the person, you don't have any, you're not thinking that you're doing something magical or something beneficial for them. You're just being nice, going about your business. The directed kind can really be powerful. We've seen lots of things where groups will go together and direct their magical energy. I know in Hawaii, if you follow the Huna practice over there, which is very metaphysical, very powerful energy work as well. But when they have hurricanes and tsunamis or bad weather coming towards Hawaii, the kahunas, which are the Huna practitioners of this magic, will gather together on the beach, and they will use their energy to try to help the monsoon, tornado, whatever it might be, bad weather, move around the Hawaiian Islands. And if you look, the Hawaiian Islands are very often, besides the volcanoes that hit there, are often spared from a lot of disastrous storms and things like that at sea. So might be a lot of truth to that if you're a non-believer, that you might look at and go, that makes me go, maybe. But magic is so powerful, and you do it every day. You do it every day. You don't even realize it. You hug your kids. You take the dog on a walk. Anything good that you can do in this world is magical, and you are magical because of it. Whether you direct it, whether you don't direct it, I'm not telling you to do it either other way, but I would just like you to be aware of it. And if you want to learn more, you can get this book. But there's so much personal growth when you learn to direct your magic or try to direct your magic. Nobody's an expert at it. It's kind of out there. It's kind of an interesting concept. But once you learn to start acknowledging the fact that you are making magic every single day that you're alive, you will start to see that you're more important in this world than you might think. And that, my friends, helps you make peace with life. As I keep saying that, I relate everything to make peace with life because it's so easy to do. Now, off to the magic subject, let's go into the energy of inanimate objects. As I'm sitting here looking at my computer, I'm recording this. Me and my computer have a connection. We do a lot of work together. We spend a lot of time together. And people might think I'm crazy, but I will talk to my computer. I will treat it like it is an energetic being, because it is. It does have energy coursing through it. It's not like me or you. It's not going to, tuck me in at night or fix me dinner, anything like that. But we work together with a lot of inanimate objects, and they all have energy. I mean, with the computer, it's easy to see there's energy running through it. I've got a power cord plugged into it. Without that power cord, it's not going to work for very long. And so for many of the appliances that we have around our house, our devices that play music, our television, most of them have energy, actual energy running through them. But there's other things that don't, the chairs, the tables. But they're there for you. I mean, when you set down your food to eat on the table, that table is helping you. That table is allowing you to relax, sit down, have a meal. The chair is keeping you from sitting on the floor. The air conditioner is cooling your house. All those things, and it's really strange, but we don't appreciate those things enough. We don't really give them the appreciation. Look around your house. There's lots of things that hold energy besides the things that are electrical. Think of family heirlooms. Things that you might have that have been passed down from generation to generation. You don't think they hold energy? You don't think that just because they're inanimate that they're not important, that they're not changing something inside your house? A painting that this painting that I've done, at some point, it might go to one of my sons when I leave this world. And I hope maybe that'll bring some energy to them. They might not want it. They not see it as valuable as I did. Obviously, it's not a Picasso or anything like that, but it's got my energy in it, and it's got and that can be carried forward just like any other family heirloom that you have out there. They hold memories. Of course, nowadays we have digital photos and things like that, so we can hold those memories. But I've got a whole section of magnets on my refrigerator that from places that I've been. I love to get magnets. I love to get stickers and put them on stuff. And they hold all that energy of all those places I've been. When I look at them, I'm like, oh, I remember going there. So they hold energy. Everything in your house, you might remember if you have a specifically old chair that you use. That might be your chair. I remember a lot of people have their chair. This is so-and-so's chair. It has their energy in it. It might be beat down. It might be beat up. It might not have a whole lot of life left in it, but it is their chair, and their energy energetically connected to it. Old shirts. How many of you have an old shirt out there that you just can't stand to get rid of? I've had this shirt, not this shirt, but I had, there's shirts that people say I've had since high school, or this is my lucky shirt. I wear this when I need something good to happen, or I wear it when I go and play golf because it's my lucky shirt. Again, we're giving energy to inanimate objects. So there's a lot more of that out there. Think about all the people that talk to their inanimate objects. Have you ever done that? I talked to my computer. We talked about my computer earlier. I talk about that all the time. I'll come up, I'll open it up to get started on my work today. I said, all right, let's do something good today. Let's get rolling. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to my computer. People do it to their cars all the time. Car's an inanimate object, but they're like, if you go out there and that battery doesn't turn over the first time, what do? You rub the dash, you say, come on, baby, you got to start this time. Turn it over, and it starts. The energy worked in that situation. Hopefully it does for you. But we do that kind of stuff all the time. We talk to them. And I think we need to do more of that. I think we need to energetically fuse everything in our house. Plants, that's something, they're alive, but we don't think of them as interacting with this, but some people do. Some people talk to them, makes them grow more. I love my plants. They grow strong, they grow tall, and I will talk to them. I even have one plant that I've had for, almost 7 or 8 years now, but I'll write messages on its leaves, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I think that positive energy that I'm filling with is some credit that we don't give to those inanimate objects, and we need to start doing that. We need to start appreciating the items in our life that make our life better, and not just take them for granted. We go to the washing machine, we expect we expect the washing machine to work every time we go there, but then there's that time that it doesn't, and that's when we realize maybe we should have appreciated that washing machine a little bit more. Maybe we should have took a little better care of it. Maybe we should have cleaned it a little more often. Maybe we should have had some preventative maintenance done on it. So there's lots of ways and lots of energy around us all the time. And just because something's inanimate doesn't mean it doesn't hold energy. It doesn't work with us. It doesn't mean it's not vitally important to us. So next time you're getting ready to work on something with your computer, with your cell phone, with your car, whatever, just kind of give it a little love. Tell it you appreciate it. Tell it you thank you for what you do for me, because it does put an energy into it, and it will help, in my opinion. So give it a try, see what you think. I know a lot of you do it without even thinking a lot of times, but now I want you to start thinking about it and help you to make peace with life, but also to help your couch, your car, your chairs, your computer, help that make peace with life as well. All right, so that comes to the end of the show for today, except a couple things. Last podcast I'm going to start dropping a song that I feel is energetically charged. And this one's a little different for me. You'll find as I start doing this, a lot of the songs that I talk about are older songs from when I was young, or artists that I've listened to for a while or anything. But this artist I don't listen to that often. I heard this song and it's a little raunchy at times, as far as the wording and everything within the song, but the energy level of this song just blew me away. And it's called Fix Your Face by Machine Gun Kelly. And again, I don't listen to Machine Gun Kelly a lot. I think my first introduction was him. He was on a song with Mod's son, Shoot 'Em Down with a Peace Sign, that I heard him the very first time on. But this song is so full of energy. It lightened me up the other day. I listened to it and I was like, oh my gosh, I got cold chills listening to it. So great job, Machine Gun Kelly, on that song. Fred Durst, I think, played with him on that too, which he's really good at performing with other artists. I think that's really cool that they do these combos all the time. So, but check out that song if you haven't heard it yet. Probably a lot of you out there, if they're younger than me, you probably know Machine Gun Kelly. You've listened to him a lot. But check out that song because it's a banger, if you will, and it'll get your energy pumping and make the hair on your arms stand up. At least it did for me. So now we're to the time we're doing our energy pool. Again, I'll keep explaining this because I'm hoping we'll have new people coming on the show at all times. So at the end of the show, each shows that we do, we energetically have a metaphysical pool in front of us. If you want to think of it as water, but we think of it as filling it with energy. So we take just a few moments of silence and everybody dumps their positive energy into this pool. It makes this great, big, beautiful pool in our minds, in our thoughts, in our manifestation. But it also allows anybody out there that needs some help, is going through some difficult times, might just need a little bump up in their life to dip their hands into that pool and feel some of that positive energy from everybody else in the community and help them move forward to get into a better place in their life. No matter what their problem is, we don't care. We want to help. So that's how we make peace with life. So we're going to sit here in silence for just a few seconds and fill that energy pool and allow those that need to take energy out of the pool. So let's do that right now. And as you know, it's hard for me to stay silent, so we'll do my best. All right, guys, there you go. I know I felt people putting energy in, felt people taking energy out. Bravo to everybody that helps out in that situation. As we tune up, make sure to go check out the book, Make Peace with Life, available on Amazon. If you got Kindle Unlimited, just read it for free. It's the book. The book actually started the whole process of Make Peace with Life. It was originally a different title, but as I started working, it just kind of changed and morphed, and the book talked to me and energetically said it needs to be Make Peace with Life, and it started the whole branding of Make Peace with Life. So please go get a copy of that. Go to the website, makepeacewithlife.com. Check out the shirts. Check out everything. These shirts are awesome. I feel so good whenever I wear my Make Peace with Life shirt. Go check out the blog. There's lots of great information on the blog. Putting so much stuff out there because I love doing this. Also, subscribe to the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode of, I always do it the wrong way, Make Peace with Life. You guys have a great one. I love all of you, and I'm glad you're here.